So, welcome to this week's podcast. I literally get so excited to do these podcasts because I just get reminded of how many people's lives have changed through pranic healing, and being able to share how pranic healing changed my life with so many people is just incredible. And the stories are so inspiring and so uplifting. And we've had so many people feeding back at the stories that have been shared. And so many people are saying, I resonate with that. It feels like that's my story. And it's getting people involved with pranic healing in just the most beautiful ways. So this week, I'd like to introduce Kathy, who I'd like to say is probably my longest standing client and dear friend since I've been in the USA. I think you were one of my first clients, Kathy, and my gosh, it's already been 11 years, and we've been in touch almost weekly, I would say, for that time. And
that's your client.
Yeah, that's the thing I love about pranic healing is people start as clients and they end up as friends and part of the pranic healing family. And I've just had the privilege of meeting just such wonderful people. So welcome, Kathy. I'm happy to have you here today. So it's been 11 years. Do you want to jog my memory of when you got involved in pranic healing and what prompted you to reach out? Let's start with that, because you've just got the most beautiful story to share.
Well, thank you, Nicole, and thanks for the opportunity to share this. My meeting with you and pranic healing was a gift to me through my cousin, who gave me the opportunity to have a session with you. And as soon as I left your house, I knew this was something I needed to pursue. You know, yoga students have the saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. Well, it was just, I guess an awakening would be the best way to say it, that I needed to pursue this path. And that was the beginning after that first session. And I believe I started taking classes in Tampa then, moved back to the north and came back and forth for classes here and there as best I could, and have tried to apply them through healing, but also as a philosophy for life and a way of life. And it has helped me through some incredible life events that I shouldn't say incredible because they're what everybody experiences, but I think I got through many things more bravely, more focused, more understanding in terms of what I was experiencing. And
I think that's a key point that you mentioned right there, is life happens and we don't know what is down the road next week, next month, next year. And the one thing I've seen consistent with people that have been involved with pranic healing is that it gives you the tools to deal with those massive life events, and it kind of buffers you a little bit in terms of dealing with the suffering and the pain and the trauma and the grief and the loss and the aches and the pains. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that a little bit, maybe just to one or two examples of where specifically, pranic healing made the difference in those situations. Just two, I think you've got a lot.
I don't know if I can condense it to that. I was going to say, first and foremost, my first session with you, and when I realized I was ready for the lessons of pranic healing, came with my husband's illness. My husband was very sick for probably 8-10 years of our marriage with a chronic health issue, and supporting him through that and keeping my sanity was a real challenge. But everything about pranic healing helped him accept where he was at in life. And I think he faced his own mortality more calmly, more serenely. I think I could have done better, I'm sure, but I know pranic healing helped me do the best I could at the time. So it was, I don't know what else to say. It was just a gift that helped me.
I think that's important because he was gravely ill, and that's one thing to focus on. But the other thing is the caregivers actually take a lot more strain and give a lot more energetically to helping somebody with a chronic illness right at the end of their life. And I can honestly say from this side, you handled it with so much grace and so much poise and so much patience. And I think for him, just knowing that you were okay and that you had that strength and that you had that support made all the difference. I don't know what your opinion is on that, but sitting from my side, that was something I observed.
Well, I appreciate that observation. And that was my hope, that it would be that experience for Warren and for me. And I have to say that in losing him, going on, Pranic Healing helped me go on. It helped me deal with my grief. It helped me repurpose my life and help me find my way into whatever life has in store for me now. Help me find new meaning, new understanding in things. Now, certainly there are days that you're not quite so sure of all that, but a quick meditation and some time to reflect, and you just can rethink it and ready to go. And I know that those are some of the gifts that Pranic Healing has given me.
I agree completely. And I think that's the thing. When you lose a life partner, there's this massive void that needs to be filled. And being able to fill it with something that feeds the soul, calms the emotions, keeps the mental side in check, and also physically just giving you that robustness and that strength. And, that's made a world of difference as well. And that's where I think, the added benefits come in. I mean, if you'd like, we call it almost like a pranic lifestyle.
Exactly.
I think to share some of like what you cover in your week with Pranic Healing or cover in your month, because it's become a part of your life, really.
Most definitely. Well, again, as I said, I believe it's a philosophy for life. It truly is. It's a way to live a healthy life. My week is, there are just so many things that I integrate between taking care of my aura through salt baths and sprays. Those kind of things are how I began with Pranic Health. But then from there to exercise and meditation, Twin Hearts, and then on to Arhatic Yoga, which really opened me up to so many different things. And I make time for all that in a week. And I also reflect on myself. You need that now. Your mind's getting a little clogged up. Things are getting a little foggy here. And it helps to clear out I want to say the negatives, but the things that make it difficult for us to see where we're going and what we need to do to accomplish our goals. We all do a monthly full moon meditation, which I honestly do it throughout the month. I love it so much. And there's a time in that where we bless projects. Every January, every month, I establish goals and projects that I want to bring to fruition and bless those through full moon meditations and other meditations. And it manifests itself as it's intended to manifest itself. I don't know how to articulate it because it's almost in the miracle range. It feels like it. It's pretty special stuff. But when I think where I was 11 years ago and where I am now, and how much lighter my load is, so that other things can fill my head and my heart, and I can accomplish those rather than the worries and the pressures that we all allow to cloud our thinking. That makes sense.
Exactly. And I really like how you defined it as it's a philosophy for life. It really, really is. And that's the thing I love about Pranic Healing, is it's open to people of all different backgrounds, different faiths, different religions, different philosophies. And that is so important these days, where there's so many things that are dividing people. And this is one thing that literally brings people together, and just a sense of wanting a good life, wanting to be healthy, wanting to be a good person. I think those are common values that everybody holds dear. And that really is the foundation of Pranic Healing. And in fact, our teacher actually had a goal of having one pranic healer per family. And sounds like such a simple goal, but through that goal of one pranic healer per family, if we can just take care of our families, good health, with good relationships, with loving kindness, with forgiveness.
Exactly.
Literally, that one pranic healer per family could end up in a space where we have world peace and a healthy planet and a healthy society and a healthy community and healthy air, healthy water, healthy soil. So from such a simple goal, when you actually unpack that and see the vision of our teacher, Master Cho Koksui, that is profound in and of itself. And that's the thing I love about his teachings, is that he keeps them so simple. They're so practical. They make sense in our brains. And what his sort of idea was, the closer you are to the truth, the more simple things are. We tend to complicate things. And that's what I love about pranic healing, is it's simple, it's easy to understand, and it makes sense. You don't need any special gifts or anything else, just a willingness to learn. And literally, as people start this journey, either through receiving healings or through taking classes or through attending meditations, everybody gets something. And just being involved, as much or as little as you want, literally has the power to change your life. And that is just what I get so excited about, is I get to spend my days, my weeks, my months literally watching people's lives change. And for me, I mean, there's no better way to spend your time.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. And I definitely agree that it will bring us, if more people practiced it, it would bring us together, that our oneness would be more apparent to everybody. The disconnect would not be there the way that it is today, between so many people. So yeah.
That's fantastic. So I think let's finish off. If somebody was listening to this and you could just have like one final message for them, what would you say?
Oh, I hardly know where to begin there, other than to say, if you have the opportunity, get involved. You can, there are so many tools that will help you live a healthier, happier, more confident, more productive, more meaningful life, more compassionate. It will bring you in touch with who you really are, is really what it's about, the essence of your soul. And I think, with all those good things happening on the inside, it can't help but show on the outside too. And like I said, I think that attracts people and the message begins to go on. And I can't recommend it highly enough.
That's a fabulous message to finish on, Kathy. So again, get involved as much or as little as you like. Visit our website, Pranic Healing Tampa. We do a lot of online events. We do remote healing. If you're not in Florida, look for a Pranic Healing Center near you. The Pranic Healing community is just the most loving, giving community. And if you're looking for healing physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, if you're stuck in life and you're not sure, I have everything, yet I'm still unfulfilled, I still feel there's something missing, Pranic Healing can help you find the answers to that. So thank you, Kathy. I'm glad you got to share your story. And I know it's going to inspire somebody somewhere where they're going to be like, I listened to that and I took the step into Pranic Healing, and now my life has changed. And I think in a few years, maybe we'll have those people on this podcast saying, I remember that podcast from 2 years ago, and look at where my life is now. That's my goal.
Thank you for the opportunity, Nicole, and thank you for all that you've done for me too.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you.